Good morning, and we got breaking news. The Chicago Bears have officially benched Tyrique Stevenson in today's game. But how much will he really stay on the bench? Because the Bears still have a lot of injuries. We're going to talk about it all and more. Bobby's going to show up as well right after this.
Tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another breaking news episode here at Chicago Bears Central. And Tyrique Stevenson has officially been benched by the Chicago Bears. Bobby's in the building. There goes Bobby. Shout out. That shirt's fire, though.
Appreciate it, dog.
Shirt's fire. That shirt's fire. Anyway, man. So, Bobby, how you feeling, man? It's official now. I know there's been some speculation around it. This one got dropped early this morning, like 5 a.m. Chicago time. How you feeling about the benching?
It is what it is. I said it yesterday is on the mailbag episode. Whatever the decision it was going to be, I'm gonna support it either way. Simply because this is a decision that was made not only by the coaching staff, but it seems like the leadership council, all guys involved, was it. I believe all those guys were involved in the decision making process. He's still going to be available for this game, but I do believe it is a little interesting, Hayes, and I don't know. Maybe it's just me looking into it too much. But remember, when Terrell Smith and Tyrique Stevenson came into this situation early on, there was that back and forth that Smith
Who's
might
be the
be,
starter?
what I'm saying? And now you relinquishing some of your starter duties over to another guy. I'm just saying, you opening those doors that you shouldn't be opening, Tyrique Stevenson. So hopefully he learned from it. He will bounce back, but it's just interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt he's going to bounce back and learn from it. He's been too good. He's actually been a solid voice in the locker room almost since he came here in this young secondary as well. And so, sometimes you need a wake up call for someone. He made a mistake. He's still going to play in this game. They can't afford really to not play him. That's just what it comes down to. He's still going to have an opportunity to make an impact. But, it's just a wake up call to say, hey, we see more in you. We need you to be focused out there at all times. And the way that the veterans, both Montez Sweat, Jalen Johnson, those guys, even Kevin Byard, how they've talked about it, I'm sure that, they understand we got a young guy here. We just need to rein him in a little bit. He's going to be good. It is what it is.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing that everybody was saying. Hey, he made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? We're going to hold him to that mistake, but we also going to support our brother. I think that's the biggest thing that's coming out of this, because going into this matchup, honestly, I think it's after that horrible emotional loss that happened last week. You can use this to galvanize yourself and really look at yourself in the mirror to either go on a run, or you can look at this and just let it all fall apart when the season is not over yet. You still got a lot of time left to right your wrongs if we keeping it a buck.
Yeah. And that's just what it is, man. Sometimes you just need to wake guys up. You just need to course correct them. But it will be interesting to see how this dynamic works today, especially with Terrell Smith being back. Because he was competing for that starting role, as you said, last season, and Tyrique ended up pulling it out. Make no mistake about it. And Terrell Smith hasn't been healthy for a large part this year, but we still got some depth there. We just listen. I just want to overall. I don't care. Just get the win, man. That's all I care about right now.
That's what I'm looking at, brother.
Sitting on a loss like that for a week has sucked, to be honest with you.
For real, I told y'all it took me all the way until yesterday to not be bitter anymore. I don't want to go through that again. I could take losses, but no losses like that, bro.
Yeah,
I like
man,
that.
It is what it is. Hey, listen, they better not lose like that 2 weeks in a row, because crazy shit like that happens again, bro.
The post game will be delayed.
I had the calmest response, as much as that clip of us has gone viral or whatever for our reactions to the game. The fact I was the calmest when you turned off the mic, everybody else got up and walked away. Kev looked like somebody kicked his dog. I was just like, oh well. Shit,
and Steve-O was praying.
Hey, bro, Steve-O was
praying for
hot,
sanity.
Bro. See, that shows growth, because last year I would have picked this chair up and thrown it across the room. I did it for less last year. Like,
man, we knew that shit was gonna turn bad. Like, if you watch the clip, once you hear C-Dub take that breath, you was like, yep. That's over.
Yep, it was
On
done
the
at that point.
real. Yeah, it
It
was
was
over.
that point. Yeah, man.
But these guys, they gonna be. It's
Who
gonna
is
be
this
good. It's
idiot?
gonna be the Bears are not in crisis mode. They're in chaos mode. Why we in chaos mode? It's
Yo,
too early for
old,
this.
the sky is falling looking ass. Like, chill the fuck out, bro. Like, go
It's
touch
too
some coochie.
early.
You shouldn't be this goddamn up in arms this early on a game where we're facing the Cardinals. This man said we're not beating the Cardinals. Like, don't get me wrong, the Cardinals aren't terrible, but the Cardinals, that's what's putting fear in your heart right now.
I don't want no excuses from this Bears team this week. No excuses. No excuses from this
Yeah.
Bears team this week. You got to show me how you can bounce back. You
Bears
got to
Junkie
show
says,
me how you
what
can
is he
bounce
going to
back.
learn sitting on the bench? Well, if you don't, I honestly don't mean this as a shot. It's going to sound like me being an asshole. But if you've never played competitive sports, knowing that you're good enough to start and you sit on the bench, that's a motivating factor because it's like, damn, I'm sitting here when I should be out there helping my team and I have the skill to help my team, but my own dumbass mistakes got me sitting here. Like I said, I don't mean that taking a shot at you because I don't know your life, but I think most of former athletes will be able to tell you what benching does to you mentally to wake you up when you made a mistake.
Facts. You either gonna use the moment to be better and say I ain't finna let this happen again, or you gonna fold. So it's all
Yeah,
the ball is in Tyrique Stevenson's court right now. And just
yeah.
like Hayes said, anybody know you literally in competitive sports be sitting there like, coach, him? Never. Come on. You
Yeah.
if you play sports, you've been there before.
Exactly. You got to find a way to motivate your players. So it's not really that difficult of a thing to understand. Like it's really not. So
Yeah, and that the Bears have shown that they will give you opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Chase Claypool, he received opportunities before they said to hell with him and was like, yeah, you're done. Nate Davis, who's still on the team. Now they gotta depend on him a little bit more now. But
yeah,
essentially they gave him chances and then they said, all right, to hell with you. So Tyreek Stevenson, here's your punishment. Let's see if you know what I'm saying, rise to the occasion. We'll see.
yeah. I'd much rather see him pay a fine and make it up for it on the field. I don't think the NFL can. I don't think by the NFL rules they can fine him for that. Like they can discipline him, but I don't think they can fine him for that.
Yeah.
So, but I would agree. Like because again, I want to see him on the field personally. So like if they find him, if it was allowable, but I don't think it's allowable by not for that. That's not a finable thing. He would have had to do something detrimental to the team or something like that outside of causing a loss. Like so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. You just gotta the way that is going down is the way that shit's going down. They could have been more harsher with it if people wanted the more harsh punishment or took it a little light. But this is the decision, so we rocking with it.
Exactly. They need to bench the entire O line. Well, shit. Then that's punishing Caleb Williams. I mean, I get where you coming at, but then what? You want plumbers guarding for Caleb? Like, what are we doing out here?
You said they want to bring back the firemen and plumbers back to
Yeah,
sports.
that's tough. That's tough. Our O line should be our bench. That's the problem. Like,
For real. They is man, look, they better be better today, though. They gotta
hey,
be
listen,
better.
they one injury away from Steve-O being the starting left tackle, bro. That's where
Hey,
we
call
are
him
right
up, coach. Call him up. We gonna make sure he in game shape. Steve-O, you got 3 days, dog. We finna put you through the ringer. It's boxing.
Could you imagine Steve-O having to guard Max Crosby for 3 possessions, bro? Steve-O would shoot that
We
nigga,
gonna
bro. He'd
pray
be like,
for
hey,
him.
you know what, bro? I don't like what you're doing right now.
We gonna pray for him. What?
That's hilarious, man. Any other thoughts, Bob, before we just wanted to bring you guys this news. We'll still do our pregame show today, but I felt like since it was a big question hanging around the Bears whether Stevenson was going to get benched or not, I felt like it was worth going ahead and going live early this morning to talk about it.
Oh yeah, definitely was necessary. Just to go ahead and discuss it. We're gonna see what the game calls for. Y'all make sure y'all be there for the pregame. It's gonna be an hour before the kickoff. So just make sure y'all be there and turn on your notification bells just in case if you need a reminder. Subscribe and turn on the bell.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Y'all can follow us at Shy Bear Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. With your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related, man. We out this bitch.